My first ever business I started when I was 5 years old. This is a story that I had largely forgotten until I started making some money when I was 24, 25. And my mother reminded me of this chapter in my life. I was gifted by my father's sister for my 5th birthday, a small bubblegum machine. Little plastic toy. You put bubblegums in the top, you put the American 1-penny piece in it, you turn it and the bubble goes. Very, very cheap. Probably cost my aunt no more than $1 or $2 at the time. I realized very quickly that because the machine was not obviously very well made or properly engineered, the American 1-cent coin and the American 10-cent coin of roughly the same size, pushed the mechanism down and made the gumball machine work. I would walk around outside. I lived in this broke neighborhood, a bunch of really tiny houses and apartments cramped together, and all the local kids would come out and play. And I used to say to them, listen, look, if you want some bubblegum like me, this is the best bubblegum ever, just go and get your mother's 10-cent coins from their purse and then you can have the bubblegum. That's how the machine works. So even at that age, a lot of the other kids didn't understand how much money was worth. They didn't understand the difference between the coins, and they were giving me these 10-cent coins. I used to stack them up and pile them up. And it was during this time I learned my first ever lesson in sales. Kid came to me. Justin was his name. He had a twin brother. Stack of 25-cent pieces. Must have been about $4 or $5. And he said, my mother doesn't have the coin you're looking for. She only has these. I kept a completely straight face. I said, listen, don't tell the other kids because you've got the wrong coin. But if you give me those, I'll open up the top and I'll give you 10 bubblegum. I think that's where my love of business and my love of money certainly started, because I used to stack up my little piles of coins and look at them. Every time I got bored, at least once a day, I'd stack them up, count them, and admire my little piles of coins like I was Scrooge McDuck. And my mother used to say to me, hey, Tristan, you've got like $25, $30 there. If you give me the coins, I'll give you the paper notes. I was like, no, I liked stacking up my coins. And that was my first successful business I ever ran. I also knew that I could buy a bag this big of new bubblegums to refill the machine for just $1. Had my profit and loss all worked. I knew the value of all these coins. A lot of the other kids didn't. Don't know why I did it. I don't know why I was walking around the neighborhood with the bubblegum machine trying to hustle money out of the other kids. I do not know. I was making a bunch of money. I think I bought myself a new bike from just that one bubblegum toy. It was a very poor tool, so to speak, to start a business with. But at my age, it worked very well.